Hello, today is November 11th, 11/11. Today we want to talk about Elon Musk and the shares he sold yesterday, that is the 10th, and what happened to the stock. We did a pretty good analysis of this, a written analysis, I should say, on our blog. If you go to SpotGamma.com, click blog, you will see it is called Elon Sells, Tesla Rallies. Now, we give a real comprehensive view of exactly what Elon did and what the sale was, but what we want to talk about here is this specific graph. Now, on this chart, you're going to see two lines. This black line here is the price of Tesla stock yesterday, and it had a really big move. It started at around $1,000 a share. It went up to $1,077, drifted back down to around $115, and then closed the day back again near $1,075. So that's a lot of volatility. In the purple line here, this is our hero signal. So specifically what this is a proprietary measurement of the options deltas that have traded today. So if the hero signal is going up, that implies that traders are either buying calls or selling puts, that is positive delta trades. And then obviously as the hero signal starts to go down, that means that people are either selling calls or buying puts. Those are negative delta trades. The key here is that when this line goes up and positive deltas are going up, the implication is that market makers or dealers, options dealers, have to buy stock to hedge. And then vice versa. If this signal is going lower, that means that with negative deltas, market makers need to sell stock to hedge. So again, you can see there's a link here between the stock price going higher and these deltas going up. Now, occasionally you'll see the stock go up and that will invoke options deltas to trade. And then other times we'll see, like during gamma squeezes, you'll see a ton of options trade, a ton of positive or negative deltas, and then the stock will react in kind. These two are very closely linked. And occasionally you will see stock lead a little bit, and then there will be other times, for instance, in this selling, where you can see that there's a negative hero delta reading. It's a persistent reading all day long. This is a big put trade here, and then this is just consistent and somewhat never-ending call selling or put buying. And with that, the stock tops and then eventually kind of gives way and really craters into roughly about 230. And then again, you can see here the calls pick up, put sales pick up, and the stock rallies into the close. So that's the general overview of what you see on this chart. What we really want to focus on is this period here. If you look at the SEC filings, those are linked in the top of this post. This is when we believe that Elon Musk sold those shares. It started at around $1,000 a share was the first sale, and the last sale was at $1,077, which coincides with the high of the day. Now, what's fascinating about this is that the stock ripped higher. It ripped up 8% actually in this period that Elon was selling his stock. Now, as you can see here, there is a massive positive delta push around the same time that he is selling those shares. Now, we're not here to suggest that anything nefarious or illicit was going on. We just simply note that this is quite a coincidence that these positive deltas rush into the market, the stock rips higher, and then after the stock is up, Elon is done selling right at about where this red line is. The deltas shift, right? They go negative, and you can see there's kind of an unwind of the options position, and then the stock drops off. We want to show you the real-time deltas for today. Now, currently you can go over to bookmap.com and subscribe to the Hero Indicator. What you see on this chart is a preview of our beta system, which is going to be out in a few weeks on SpotGamma.com. You go over to Bookmap and you can get access to the hero signal immediately. What you can see here is this is Tesla. Tesla had a weak open, broke down from 1100. And what you see here is that the options deltas were just negative all day. And now these readings of negative 10,000 are fairly large. Now, it's key to note here that this is selling pressure. And then once this line flattens out, this is really just telling you that not much is trading in the options land. This is a cumulative indicator. So each individual trade is getting added up. And so, once this thing flattens out, this is saying that options really are not doing much. And then you can see that the stock really just kind of hung around the 1,060 to 1,070 area. If we flip up to our Equity Hub tool, you can see what the key levels are for over 3,500 different stocks. But let's take a look at Tesla. And these are the numbers for this morning. We want to just do a quick look back here. 1,000 is the major level, and we called that support a few days ago. This is where most of the calls are in the name. Most of the gamma is tied to that figure, and we believe that this Friday's expiration should be fairly sizable with 35% of total gamma expiring, so that will free up the stock to make a move on Monday. If we scroll a little bit lower, we can look at our momentum indicator, and what this does is this shows where dealers may be adding or adjusting hedges. And what we can see here is that because there's this arc here, This is telling us there's just a lot of gamma in and around this area. And furthermore, because this entire chart is shaded red, that's telling us that most of the options around Tesla, that is, most of the gamma is supplied through put options. If this was green, then you would see the gamma supplied by call options, and then we'd be in a better position to squeeze. But when we have red and we have this kind of big gamma area, this is something like a little bit of a magnet, we would call it. You know, we have put options, there's going to be some put decay in there, and we think the stock is probably tomorrow just going to hang out in and around the 1,000 to 1050 area, and then on Monday we would see some renewed movement in the stock. So we hope this video is helpful. If you have any questions, please put them in the comment section below. Hit us up at SpotGamma on Twitter, or send us an email, info@spotgamma.com.
Thank you.